Imagine stepping into an arena where the only weapons are intellect and foresight, where every single move on a 64-square battlefield can spell triumph or disaster.
Yeah.
The air is just thick with tension, the concentration is palpable, and the sheer mental firepower on display. It's breathtaking.
It really is.
That's the electrifying world we're diving into today.
It truly is a world unlike any other, and we're taking you straight to its heart, to St. Louis.
That's St. Louis.
City that doesn't just host chess, it sort of breathes it.
Right.
Just recently, August 28th, 2025, the Sinquefield Cup unfolded there. And wow, what a spectacle. Strategy, incredible skill, and yeah, more than a little drama that kept us, on the edge of our seats.
Our goal in this deep dive is really to pull back the curtain on those thrilling events, the ones that culminated in that dramatic playoff. We'll explore the, frankly, surprising rise of a young Indian prodigy, celebrate a seasoned champion's unwavering resolve.
Yeah, that too.
And try to uncover what these high-stakes battles reveal about human potential and, well, the global game of kings and queens.
Exactly. What truly stood out? Why should you be captivated by this story?
Let's peel back the layers and find out. So, okay, let's set the stage. St. Louis.
Yeah.
It has really cemented its reputation as the global chess capital, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's more than just the impressive St. Louis Chess Club building itself, though that's obviously key.
Right. What else makes it so unique?
Oh, I think it's the whole ecosystem they've built. It feels like hallowed ground, sure, but it's also the city's commitment. Promoting chess at all levels, From schools right up to these elite grandmaster tournaments.
You really feel it there.
You do. You feel the history, the passion, and this intense respect for the game the moment you arrive. And this tournament, the Sinquefield Cup, it wasn't just any event.
No, definitely not.
This was the fifth and final leg of the prestigious Grand Chess Tour, the GCT.
Huge stakes.
Huge. A staggering $350,000 prize pool. And crucially, not just about the money or the cup title, top performers would clinch coveted spots in the GCT Grand Finale later this year.
So qualification was on the line, too.
Big time. And we're talking classical chess here, the purest form, really. Deep, calculated battles lasting hours, sometimes 5-6 hours, maybe more.
That's the kind of intensity that just, grabs you. And the lineup for this specific leg, just phenomenal.
Incredible roster, 10 grandmasters.
From the American side, you had titans like Fabiano Caruana, Wesley So, Livon Aronian, Sam Sevian.
Strong contingent.
And representing France, Alexei Vacher-Lagrave, Alireza Firouzja, Poland's Jan Krzysztof Duda, Uzbekistan's Norbek Abdusadarov.
A real international flavor.
And, of course, the incredible Indian prodigies, Praggnanandhaa, and the reigning world champion, D. Gukesh. It's like an all-star game roster.
It really is. And, something quite striking here is the absence of world number one, Magnus Carlsen.
That's true.
While he's obviously a force, he's been pretty open about his, let's say, waning interest in classical chess specifically.
Yeah, he has.
It hints at this evolving landscape, doesn't it? Makes you wonder about the future, who steps up.
Absolutely. Each player on that board brought such a unique style. It felt like every round was a clash of chess philosophies.
Exactly. Not just who was strongest overall, but whose approach would prevail on that particular day in that particular game.
Okay, let's shine a spotlight on one of the players who truly, I think, defined this tournament. Are Praggnanandhaa. Just 20 years old, from Chennai, India. He has absolutely captivated the chess world. This Sinquefield Cup felt, pivotal, a defining moment in his already remarkable career.
Pivotal is exactly the right word. Pragg finished the classical rounds with a very impressive 5.5 points out of 9.
Tying for first,
alongside Wesley So and Fabiano Caruana. But it wasn't just the score, right? It was how he played.
Tell me more.
We saw this blend of sheer resilience, like digging deep in tough positions, but combined with moments of just undeniable tactical brilliance that, frankly, left opponents scrambling.
We really saw his ability to thrive under that immense pressure in the tiebreak, didn't we?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, his swift, decisive victory over Caruana in that first tiebreak game, that was an absolute masterclass.
So sharp, so fast.
He just outmaneuvered a top contender with such tactical sharpness and speed. It felt like a statement.
It really did. And even though he eventually felt so in the final tiebreak game, his overall performance, runner-up spot, and crucially, that golden ticket to the GCT finale. Huge achievement.
What I found particularly insightful, though, was maybe his strategic restraint, especially in that final classical round game against Levon Aronian.
Interesting point. With white, right.
Yeah, playing white, he chose the 4 knights opening, which is, solid, often symmetrical, leads to reliable positions, sometimes drawn endgames.
Like the bishop's endgame they reached, yeah. Theoretically drawn.
It's exactly. For a young player, often known for aggressive, tactical flair, choosing that path felt, well, not just pragmatic, but a real display of maturity.
Like saying, okay, I've got the points I need for the tiebreak. I'm not going to risk it all now.
Precisely. That kind of calculated self-control, especially at 20, under that pressure, it's rare. It's powerful. It shows he understands that sometimes the best move secures what you've already earned.
That's a great insight, and it connects to the bigger picture, too. His qualification here wasn't some isolated event.
No, he's been building.
Remember, he'd already won the Superbet Chess Classic in Bucharest earlier in 2025.
Right, his first GCT title.
Exactly. Won that in a thrilling blitz playoff against MVL and Furusha. So St. Louis just solidified his reputation. He's not just rising, he's already a proven contender.
Okay, so while Praggnanandhaa made headlines for that incredible ascent, the actual Sinquefield Cup crown went to Wesley So.
Wesley So, yes, the Filipino-American grandmaster.
Known for that calm demeanor, that positional mastery.
He's like a quiet storm on the board, isn't he? His victory was a real roller coaster of drama and skill. But through it all, he kept that trademark calm.
He certainly made a compelling case. So, like Pragg and Caruana, finished classical on 5.5 points.
Yeah.
But that pivotal final round win against Abdusattorov, what really stood out there? Was it a stroke of genius or just relentless pressure paying off?
I'd say it was consistent pressure that led to the decisive moment. Abdusattorov, a strong player himself, was trying to create complications, But So just calmly navigated the waters, waited for his moment, and then pounced. That win wasn't just about the point score. It was psychological.
Sending a message going into the tiebreaks.
Absolutely. A huge confidence boost for him, and it showed. Once he got to that playoff, he was spectacular. Scored 1.5 points out of 2.
Beat Pragg,
and then held Caruana to a draw, clinched the title. His composure in that rapid format where the clock is just screaming at you, it highlights why he's always a contender.
Yeah.
Mental fortitude.
And his journey wasn't exactly smooth sailing either. He faced tough opposition earlier. Firouzja, Bashir Lagrave, they really pushed him.
They did. But that's another hallmark of So's play, finding resources in complex positions, capitalizing on even small mistakes from opponents. He earned that win.
It raises that question, though. What does it take to maintain that kind of composure, that precision, when the stakes are so incredibly high, especially in rapid? Is it just innate talent or something rigorously trained?
I think it's mostly rigorous training, immense self-belief, maybe a bit of innate temperament, too. It's such a psychological battle as much as tactical.
Yeah.
Honestly, I often wonder, when you see someone like So looking so calm, are they actually humming a tune inside, or is it just pure icy focus? It's almost superhuman at that level.
Every decision weighted, every second ticking.
Right, and the ability to detach emotionally, focus purely on the objective reality of the board, that's what separates the champions.
So his composure was incredible, absolutely. But as we look at rising stars like Pragg, it's impossible to ignore the bigger story here, the Indian chess phenomenon.
Yes. This tournament, with both Praggnanandhaa and the reigning world champion D. Gukesh participating, it really underscored this seismic shift happening.
It's more than just burgeoning dominance now, isn't it?
It feels like a full-blown revolution. India, once maybe a footnote in global chess power rankings, has rapidly become a powerhouse, inspired by legends like Anand, of course.
Vishy Anand, yes.
And now this incredible new generation. It's just fascinating to watch this wave build.
It really is. And Gukesh, the world champion himself, finished tied for 6th with 4 points. Maybe not the result he wanted, but
still solid. While he didn't quite convert some promising positions into wins, his play was undeniably strong.
You saw in that final round draw against Caruana, a former world championship challenger.
Right. Gukesh had white in an Italian opening, a very strategic choice. He pressed, definitely looked for an advantage.
But Fabi's defenses held.
Rock solid. Led to a theoretically drawn rook and pawns endgame. But even without a win there, what's the significance of Gukesh's steady performance overall?
Well, I think it lies in his consistency, his presence. This marked his return to classical chess after a little break.
Exactly. So this was essentially his warm-up for bigger challenges ahead.
regaining rhythm, maybe testing ideas.
Even if the results weren't flashy this time, his focus now immediately shifts to the Grand Swiss in Uzbekistan.
Where both he and Pragg will be vying for spots in the next candidates tournament.
Crucial spots. So his steady play here, it shows he's sharpening his tools. And it underlines that for Indian chess, it's not just about one star anymore. It's about consistently competing at the absolute highest level with multiple top players. It's becoming a constellation.
You know, after all those hours of classical chess, the real heart-pounding drama often boils down to those tiebreaks.
Always does.
And this Sinquefield Cup delivered a heart-stopper. So Pragg, Caruana, all tied. Can you just imagine the pressure walking into that rapid showdown?
Oh, the tension was palpable. You could feel it.
Who had the steadiest hand, the quickest mind, when every single second counted?
Well, we saw Praggnanandhaa strike first, took down Caruana in a display of tactical sharpness, proved his earlier form wasn't a fluke.
The crowd must have been buzzing.
Absolutely. But then, Wesley proved too strong, too steady. He meticulously overcame Pragg in the second round.
And then needed a draw against Caruana.
Which he got. Held the draw, took the title. It was a fitting, really tension-filled, and ultimately, I think, deserved end to a spectacular tournament.
Every move felt like a punch, every second an eternity in those games.
Totally.
And while the spotlight naturally was on the top three finishers, we also saw a pretty remarkable resurgence from Levon Aronian.
Levon, yeah, the Armenian-American grandmaster.
Finished a strong fourth with 5 points. And at 42 years old, his qualification for the GCT finale.
Alongside Pragg, Caruana, and MBL, who actually led the overall GCT standings going in.
Right. It highlights a truly impressive comeback, or maybe just sustained excellence in his career. Shows age isn't necessarily the barrier or something.
Not at all. And remember, Aronian had already won the Freestyle Chess event and the St. Louis Rapid and Blitz earlier in 2025.
He was having a great year already.
Exactly. Made him a fan favorite, and this solid classical performance just added to an impressive campaign. It shows that experience combined with that sustained dedication and, a burning desire to compete. It still counts for so much.
A blend of wisdom and enduring creativity. We also had other notable mentions, right? MVL, Samuel Sevian, Jan-Krzysztof Duda all tied for 5th with 4.5 points. Solid, consistent performances.
Definitely strong players holding their own.
Alireza Firouzja, despite a disappointing 9th place finish for him, you still saw flashes of that brilliance that remind you why he's considered such an immense talent.
Yeah, just needs to find consistency, perhaps. And Nodirbek Abdusattorov struggled this time, finishing last.
But every player, win or lose, really contributed to the overall dynamic, didn't they? Added layers to the story.
Absolutely. And something that really strikes you about the Sinquefield Cup, and maybe chess in general, is how it's just so much more than a game of quiet moves and calculation.
It really is.
It's a battle of wits, yeah, but also a strategic war on that 64-square board. It demands immense courage, profound creativity, and this incredible ability to almost predict the future, even just a few moves ahead.
Absolutely. And Praggnanandhaa's journey especially, it resonates so deeply, I think.
At just 20.
Exactly. Competing with players often twice his age, holding his own against legends. His story is one of sheer, unadulterated dedication.
The hours they put in.
Unimaginable. Countless hours studying openings, analyzing games, honing his craft. His journey, and really the journeys of all these players, they aren't just about moving pieces on a board.
No.
They offer these universal lessons, don't they? About strategy in our own lives, the immense patience required for long-term goals.
And the courage. The courage to take calculated risks when the moment demands it.
These aren't just chess lessons. They feel like profound life lessons.
Well said. And, as the Sinquefield Cup wrapped up, the chess world's attention just immediately pivoted.
Oh, rest for the wicked.
Exactly. Straight on to the Grand Swiss in Uzbekistan, set to begin September 3rd, 2025.
And that's a huge one.
Huge. Expected to be one of the strongest Swiss system events ever held. Top players vying for 2 crucial spots in the next candidates tournament.
The qualifier for the World Championship match itself.
Precisely. The stakes couldn't be higher there.
So what's next for our stars from St. Louis specifically? For Pragg, already qualified for the candidates.
Yeah.
What's his goal at the Grand Swiss?
Good question. Maybe a chance to assert further dominance, experiment a bit, or just stay sharp and in form. He's earned that flexibility.
And for good cash.
For the world champion, it's a critical opportunity. Build momentum, maybe silence any doubters after not winning in St. Louis, and just prove he's ready to defend his title.
And then later in the year, The Grand Chess Tour finale itself.
Right. Bringing together the absolute top performers of the 2025 season. We know Pragg, Caruana, Aronian, and MVL are in. That promises a thrilling capstone to what's already been a year of truly remarkable chess.
So we've taken quite a fascinating journey today through the Sinquefield Cup 2025 in St. Louis. We celebrated Wesley So's masterful composed triumph and our Praggnanandhaa's inspiring runner-up finish, securing his spot in that GCT finale.
A huge achievement for him.
We've seen how this tournament really isn't just about the moves on the board, is it? It's about the sheer human potential, the dedication, the strategic brilliance that define these players.
It really is something to behold as these chess titans move from St. Louis now to Uzbekistan and then beyond, continuing to push the boundaries of what we think is possible over the board. What does their relentless pursuit of mastery teach us? About setting our own goals, maybe, and navigating our own complex battlefields in life.
That's a compelling thought. Something to ponder long after the last king is checkmated.